Hey, you friends, family, and strangers. Welcome to my beautiful camp here in my cold house. I am camping down here in the side bedroom, having a little milk out of the hotel cup, taking my morning vitamins. Kind of off to a late start this morning, so I don't know if we'll have a whole lot to get into today. But today is a great day to file for an extension on my taxes. It's also a great day to once again call my lease manager and tell her that it may be possible that we can get in and get our keys up to 2 weeks early. And that will be what I will consider a great victory. As you know, I've now convinced myself fully and completely that if I just get the keys as quickly as effing possible, then I can start to reorganize, start my life, and go from there. And basically, I feel like at this point, every moment that I delay is just another wasted moment. It makes no sense. It makes what should be happening now is a full-on race to the finish line. I've journeyed for many, many days now, as you've seen right here before your eyes, down the long, dark tunnel. At times I thought I saw light ahead, but it turned out to be bullshit. Now, what I'm seeing is a consistent, reliable light ahead, and I'm growing more impatient by each and every day. So I am now rushing, jogging, running as fast as I can to see if I can get out of here. Get out of this dark tunnel that I'm in my life currently. All I want to do is get there and get it over with. Then, any and all matters of obligation can be figured out at that point. But I figure that'll give me a much bigger advantage to just be out of here, to get set up where I can get comfortable. And I'm gonna go there and make it happen anyway. So the sooner the better, because I got other shit that I need to do, period. And why prolong the inevitable? Let me just get this over with. That's all I want to do. I'm obsessed with the notion of getting this chapter of my life finally closed. This is like a bad, lingering divorce. This is like a prison sentence where I'm teased with my parole date over and over. But if I do this and I make this or that happen in a quicker amount of time, then I can at least figure out one way or the other definitively whether I can make my escape or not. Hopefully I can, but at least the quicker I get there, the quicker I'll find out whether I can or not. At this moment, I believe there is now a significant chance of breaking free here in about 5 days. So I'm going to call her up again and let her know, get her thoughts, see about getting that lease ready, that welcome letter ready. And I need to get into the resident portal and put the money on the account. As soon as that's done, the sooner I can get back to making out my budget, taking care of loose ends, paying back this person and that person, this bank, that bank, finishing up that delinquent bill and this delinquent bill, and et cetera, potentially even getting a whole ass second job just to kind of tie up loose ends quicker. You see, this obsession will transfer into another one, and that is tying up loose ends and blah, 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 but at least I can do it all from the comfort. Unlike my house, which is cold, dusty as shit, uncomfortable, every day is a challenge. You've watched the challenge of living here. You also watched the challenge of me living away from here while waiting for this place to sell. This time around, when I sell this place, immediately after I move out, here in about 5 days potentially, I'll have this back on the market. Now, this time around, it can sell without me having to be really that involved. I don't have to worry about where I'm going to live. I don't have to pay for hotels anymore. I can just start living my life. I can let the property sell. All I have to do after I move out of here, all I have to do is carefully read the offers that show up in my email, select the right one, meaning the price has to be right. I have to be able to clear my mortgage, and I have to be able to walk with enough money that we talked about. It can't be something absolutely ridiculous, more so than it already has been. And my realtor doesn't want that to happen either, because he does want a commission that makes it worth his time. So we should both be in the right, both be in the good standing with that. And yeah, so I'm very much looking forward to that. And I can do all that loose end tying up, and I can deal with the real estate stuff in a much more comfortable environment where I don't have to worry about where I'm going to live, and I can do all that from the comfort of my brand new ass bougie 3rd-story apartment. But today, I'm just doing some bitch work. So, gather your things, and let's do it. Well, from what I gather, if you file your taxes late through the Form 4868, basically what happens is it allows the IRS to know that you are intending to file past the April 15th deadline, but irregardless, you will be hit with penalties and interest, blah, blah, de blah, de fucking blah. If you have an account here with the IRS, I think that helps to get in there, kind of look at your dashboard, and see. As far as I know, whether you fill out a 4868 or not, Jim, you can still just simply apply, or rather file your taxes pretty much any effing time you want, and it'll happen. As far as I know, we've had to make phone calls here at the command center into H&R Block Tax Services. They were helpful, but very snooty. When they don't understand what you're asking, they become instantly offensively rude with their little fucking bitch-ass attitudes and things like that. So, motherfucker, that's what's happening today in the newsroom, Jim. I'm going to go ahead and try to find this 4868 form, which I guess puts the IRS on notice that Joe Ass is extremely and insanely busy and cannot file right now, but will file last year's taxes on or before October 15th. So I would say that's quite a reasonable and fair, very helpful deadline and extension. This, of course, for me is the very first time, Jim, that I've had to actually utilize this option. We'll bring you more on this developing story as details become available. You're looking at live images right now behind me of the search for the 4868 form to file your taxes after the April 15th deadline. Back to you. Well, looks like I just need to go to my local tax office and get a 4868 form and do it on my own and mail that bitch in. Because it looks like doing this online is, you got to download software and you got to read how the software works and you got to learn all about this software you'll be using just for this one form. It's fucking stupid. The fact that you can't on irs.gov just request an extension is Stupid. But that's not the first time the U.S. government has operated in a stupid as shit way. I tell you what. It is a good day. It is a good day for going to the bank. It is also a good day for going to H&R Block and picking up a whatever form, which allows me, or should at least indicate to the Internal Revenue Service, if you want to call it a service, that I will be filing my legal obligation taxes late. Well, apparently I'm in a bad mood. It may have something to do with not being able to eat. Trying to get a stupid tax form to file late. And so I called H&R Block. Actually, I went up there. The door was locked. That pissed me off. Tried being hangry plus that. Then I called. Some lady answered. And I'm like, hi, is anyone here? I need a form. She goes, you need what? A form. Perhaps answering the first question, is anyone here? I didn't say that, but I was thinking it. But what I did say was, she goes, do you need a form or do you need your taxes done? And I said, if I needed my taxes done, I would have said, I need my taxes done. But I've said 3 times now that I need a form, and I'm asking you, is anyone here? I don't think I've ever got snappy with someone to that degree. That's like the most snapness I've ever got, I think, in my life. But hello. When someone wastes my time because they won't pay attention to what's being said to them, that is almost a guaranteed way to make me fucking flip my lid. Fresh out of a bucket shower, sat down again to make another call into the apartments. One thing I've learned is if she doesn't answer, just wait a half an hour, try again. Eventually, she will answer. She has been the only solid person in this. So my rent did go up $500 a month since I've met her. And I asked her why, and she said something that clears it up in 2 seconds. And I would have to agree with them, I guess. That's because I switched from a 12-month to a 3-month lease. They offer that at an extra price for people who need that, such as myself. So they're willing to allow my poor credit because they verified my income and all that stuff, and mostly because I'm willing to pay up front, like a hotel. The reason why the hotel doesn't need to know your credit and whether you have verifiable income or whether you're a felon or not is because they just want your money. So this place doesn't just want my money. They're actually a very reputable professional company and blah, blah, blah. But they are one of the few that I've found who is willing to let me do that as an option to get in, get reestablished, repair my credit from there, go to work, be a good little boy, blah, 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 and blah, blah, fucking blah. So I'm thankful for that. And I'm going to play the game they have let me play. It's their game that I'm trying to play. Obviously, I don't want to pay that much, but she did reconfirm that she firmly believes, and she doesn't know why I would have any issues doing this. She does believe I will be able to renew, just like anyone else, a long-term lease, get my payments lowered every month because of that, yada, yada, yada. So I'm looking forward to that. I just have to get over this next week. And yes, we did confirm that I can push the date up 2 weeks, and instead of waiting 3 weeks from now, I can now, because of a lot of string pulling and a lot of favors done from my mom, from my stocks, from the bank, etc. All these battery of attorneys working on my side to get me in so I can finally get my life started again. Cold coffee. So I am thankful for that, big time. So yeah, that's the announcement. I can now get in, and I've reconfirmed it with her, in 1 week. So, over the next week, I'm going to work on my video stuff. I'm going to work on getting my taxes organized and ready, or at least get my extension filed. from what I understand, I have to mail in a form in the snail mail. I don't even have a stamp. I'll have to go to the post office and pay for it to get mailed out and hope the IRS gets it. I couldn't find on irs.gov where to let them know that I'm filing late or to sign up for that. So I called H&R Block. The only thing they told me is to get a form. The office that I went to nearby the bank today was locked. I called them and was told some BS runaround crap. So I'm going to try the other H&R Block office on my way to work just to get this stupid form. I don't believe the IRS is even going to receive my form past the deadline, but I don't know what else to do. I can't file right now. I don't even have I don't even know what the list of crap is I need. I have to look at my last year's return. I need to look at my contacts, like my business contacts, and make sure there's nothing in there tax related that I haven't already wrote down on my list to get documents ready for. And that's the mortgage, that's the stock market, my broker, and whatever the fuck else. Unfortunately, there's no lottery win that I need to report. That'd be nice. You hit me with a good, I'm comfortable with a good $77 million win. You can take the 40 or half percent taxes if you want, because that's kind of how that is. Yeah. Isn't it fun? When you play the lottery, you pay taxes to buy a ticket. And then if you win money, you pay taxes on your winnings. So you actually get put up the butt twice. And another thing the IRS and the government puts you up the butt is by making it very difficult for you to indicate that you are filing late. But you can file late, and then your cutoff point at that time is like October something. But the H&R Block chick told me you're just going to get like a penalty and an interest charge on the amount that is predicted you will owe. Okay, so why do I even need to fill a form out that's saying I'm filing late? But I'm going to do it anyways. I'm going to send it in snail mail. That'll be the big mission tomorrow, I guess. I may also be walking down to get my van because I need a ride over there to get my van. But my friend who's going to give me a ride just kind of forgets every day, and that's fine. I don't want to bug him, but maybe I should. It's hard being me, but I got to get ready. It's time to get on, it's time to put on underwear, finally. If Trump was here, he'd be pissed. So let me get this straight. I call H&R Block. They tell me to pick up a specific form in their office. One location, the door's locked. The other location, they said they don't have forms. Well, a buddy of mine that I work with told me he always files his taxes late. He just requests an extension, then he has several more months to worry about it. Looks like I get to ask him how he goes about doing that tonight. And just like that, my friends, through the power of bitch-ass movie magic, it is dark out already. Tonight at work was an interesting night. I spent the first couple hours thinking only about missing the tax filing deadline. It made me worried. Maybe I'm just a nervous person, I don't know. A couple coworkers told me not to worry. You might just get hit with a penalty or have to pay more or something, I don't know. I think I can float with that. It's kind of been the story of my life lately. Also, there's still that method of putting in that for that extension, which I'm still going to try to figure out how to properly do that. So far, all I know is you have to go get a form and mail it in. One coworker of mine said even if they receive the request late, I'm sure it wouldn't make a difference, especially if they see that it was dated for before the deadline. But anyways, I just kind of forgot about that up until right now, actually. Kind of forgot the whole tax thing was still an issue. I'm going to try to work on that tomorrow before work. There's always work to do before work. It's like wake up, work, and then work. Yay. But after that, I spent some time feeling for the first time in probably, 30, 40 days? I felt relaxed. Mentally, not physically. Physically, I feel like hell. I'm so crazy tired. I was able to end my night kind of like less labor intensive, so that felt good. It recharged me. But for the first time, and it's got to be 40 days now or so, I feel like I got this. It's looking pretty likely that it's going to work out. One of the reasons I always call to hear the voice of my new lease manager is to get confirmations. The more I hear it, the more I believe it, because I'm kind of like been in this funk where I just don't believe what I'm hearing. I think that comes from having to deal with my realtor the way I have, who says one thing and does whatever the hell he wants, or all the other stuff. You already know. I've been bitching about it consistently, almost daily. But that's the thing. I don't even have to worry about him anymore. I'm good. I'm good to go on my next home. I can station up, get some work done, and so his crap really doesn't affect me, basically. And I worked hard to get there. So obviously we don't have keys in our hand yet. I'm not housed yet. But this chick, this lease manager of mine, she has never gave me any back and forth crap. She's been very consistent with what we can do. She seems to work with me within her parameters, and she even tried some stuff as far as holding that apartment goes. Originally, she was going to hold it for 3 additional weeks, which goes completely against what she said she can do. But she said, let me just try it. And she said, yes, we can secure it. I was able to come back and take 2 weeks off that timeline, luckily. So that feels good. Feels like I'm able to start my life a couple weeks early. That's like getting good news from the outside world. Like, hey, your parole date just got pushed up, so you are going to sit before the panel 2 weeks sooner than you thought. And if they approve you, then you're out of cuffs right there. That's exciting. I'll take it. Had to move heaven and hell to get to that, but something tells me that the aftermath will be nothing compared to what I'm gaining, and especially if I just stay on course, try to get through June, try to get the house sold. But like I was saying, what happens with my realtor, what happens with the house, really doesn't have a big pressure spot on me anymore. I want the house to sell, but if something goes wrong, it is possible that it could foreclose before it sells. I predict it won't. I think I'll get by okay, but it is a possibility. My money is not going to my mortgage right now. Believe it or not, I'm steady diet on ramen noodles, and my money is going to getting this apartment, every dime possible. So, bada bing, bada boom. Tonight also feels good because I don't have to do anything. I don't have to do laundry or fill out an application when I get home for an apartment or nothing. I can actually, for the first time in a while, go home and go to bed and do some chillaxating. So, woohoo! I didn't realize I was only going 45. That's terrible. Oops. Oh well. You live and you learn, or sometimes you live and then stay ignorant as fuck. Feels good to sit down, boys. I was sitting while I was driving, but it feels good to lay back in this fold-up chair, this wad-up chair, and just chill. Literally chilling, because it's cold as shit. It was like 45 in here, but now it's already up to 55, so that's good. I think these heaters will actually be able to get it to 70 in here tonight. I've been making the mistake of going to bed with my hoodie on because it's freaking, my sleeping bag's cold unless I cook it in the old dryer. I might just do that. Get it nice and hot, then jump in butt naked, dude. That way by the time it cools down, my body heat done warmed it up. And then the room will get warmer through the night too. So hopefully I don't wake up and have to peel that hoodie off, covered, soaked clear through sweat. That's been my night the last 2 nights, guys. Seriously, dude. Not trying to gross you out, just being honest with you. But I'm sitting here chilling. I have some chips and some... Here's what I own to eat right now. I just poured a bowl of cereal with a coffee cake in it. And I poured my last bit of milk over it. I have, and I'm eating that right now. I have also in my possession a little bit more cereal left in the cereal box. I have a half bag of chips. I have 2 half cans of cheese spray. Cheese Wow from Walmart. You just squirt the cheese on there. Here, let me demonstrate for you. It's really important that you see this, okay? Hang on, let me get it right. Oh, yeah. Food porn, baby. Anyways, if you put cheese on a little chip, other than those 2 things, cereal and some chips left, I have in my possession 1 granola bar left. It's like a fruit bar. And I have a couple packs of oatmeal left. And I have a bunch of coffee. And I have a couple cans of soda. A shit ton of flavored water. And that's it. Then I have like regular water. Yeah. So, why the fuck am I telling you that? I'm telling you that because every dime in my possession is being reserved and it's on hold for here in 5 days, 6 days, when I can get my damn apartment, right? If you're wondering why exactly, specifically, all I can tell you is I repeat myself way too much on these videos. So if you want to know what the fuck I mean and why, all I can tell you is, I'm sorry, you'll just have to go back and watch old episodes prior to this one. Older episodes, okay? Within the last 20, 30, even 40 days. This has been quite the story. So, I have to be careful not to go basically buy any fast food or restaurant food or groceries that I don't absolutely need, because every fucking dime I have, literally, well, kind of, tell you what I mean this second. When it comes to money in the bank that I can access through my ATM card, every bit of it is in another account specifically for rent. Me paying my rent 3 months up front, here in 6 days that'll happen. Believe it or not, at this apartment, doing that 3 months up front requires a nice chunk of change, even more so because I'm only signing a 3-month lease and they're charging me more because of that even. A nice chunk of change. Let me just call it fat. It's a fat chunk of change. If this chunk of change were your bonus, you'd be like, damn, I'm glad I work here. Like, damn. Okay? Now, to make sure I have absolutely nothing to worry about in 6 days when I go to sign the lease and make this payment, I ain't touching that money. And I hope it ends up being a little bit more than I need, but I ain't fucking with it. And the reason we're waiting 6 more days is because I'm waiting for my next paycheck from my job. That will be the last little bit of pennies that tip the scale from a no, fuck you, your credit's bad and you can't pay up front, so eat shit, will tip the scale over to a hell yeah, come on in, Big Daddy with that rhino dick. You know what I'm saying? So, to make them accept me into the family, to trick them into bringing me in, letting me have a key to live and dwell within the community, to be able to move an hour closer to work, essentially, or 40 minutes or so, I guess. It depends on the route you take. Yeah. To move closer to work and join the community and be involved and all that shit. To be allowed to hang my hat there, I have to pay. Because technically they offer short-term rentals, but it is a little pricier. And in a short-term rental, you can either, I guess, I don't know, have good credit or pay up front. The other fucking place that I got mad at didn't offer that. And that's good. Because if they would have, in order to save money now, I would have went ahead and started a lease with them for the next year. And I would have lived there, but it wouldn't have been my first pick that I wanted. Because of that, I now have to wait an extra week, but I first thought it would be 3 weeks. End up being only 1 more week, and I can get in to the original apartments I wanted to get. So all in all, I'm not upset at the way things went, at least not as far as that goes. Am I upset about my house still taking too much time to sell and all that? Yes. Am I upset that I moved out way too early? No, because it wasn't too early. It became too early later. At the time, I did exactly the right thing. Anyways, you get what I mean. So, I have some $20 bills that I kept aside mostly for every couple weeks or so I would need at the laundromat. Well, since the $20 bills, y'all, are not... Oh, I just realized something. Hang on. I'm with you. The $20 bills, y'all, is... I'm glad I thought this out loud and heard myself. It made me realize something. My stack of $20 bills now will not be needed for the laundromat because I'm about to get a place where I can do my laundry. So I thought, and because they're not in my bank account, I'll use those and only those to have food and gas and stuff. But like I said, my original financial projection, scrape by until you get your keys and then scrape by again until you actually get enough money to live comfortably again, but at least you got the house or the home. That plan, that projection was for the next 3 weeks. Then I did a spin doctor move, and I'm able to move forward in another week. 6 more days, in fact. That little stack of 20s was only going to get me like $10 a day. But now, if my math posturing is correct, I guess I could survive on $30 a day. Did I do my math right? Right? So $30 a day is not like, hey, let's go party, but it's like tomorrow I was thinking about taking what little I have left until my next day where I can like spend another 20 on the timeline. I was thinking about just getting another gallon of milk because I polished off that little, what was left of my gallon of milk tonight. Literally had a bowl of cereal and some chips for dinner, which is fine. I'm not bitching. Tonight I feel a lot better. I think I'm accepting it, that I just need to get good at being good to get a lot more of what I want. It's like a whole, like, it's this weird thing called growing up, I guess, and being mature, which I hate, but I'm trying it and I'm feeling more comfortable with being more mature, I guess. So I thought I can only do $10 a night. That'll get me to that, as far as spending those 20s, that real tangible money, not represented digitally on your bank account. But now it looks like I can maybe do like $30 a day. Let me make sure. I will reanalyze and go from there. The only reason I'm telling you about that little minutia of my financial life in the next few days is because I want to bring you content. I want to continue to tell a story to you. It's easy for me to tell that story because I just decided to use my actual life as the narrative. I was thinking about this about an hour ago. When I move into my apartment, I'm going to be pretty financially strapped, I think, until my house sells. So we ain't doing shit still. Except listen to me bitch about how hard I had to work to get to my apartment and how now that I have it, I'm so glad. Although my neighbors are loud, I'm going to call the fucking cops on them. And, you know, this place sucks compared to what I thought because whatever it is I discover that I don't like and whatever it is I choose to get pissy about, blah, blah, blah. But I started a daily video because I wanted to merge into travel vlogging. At the time, it's exactly what I was doing. And then as you saw, when it rains, it pours, right? That fucking didn't happen. So it might get hairy. It's hairy right now, but at least I can tell you like my drama and my struggles. So it might get another level of hairy, and then we'll be able to go do cool shit. Like I'll sell my house right around the time, hopefully before I'm off work for a month, and then I'll be able to pay off people that I owe money to, and put my investment money back in the stocks where it was, shit like that, and get totally back on track in one day. I can get everything paid back up. So this nightmare goes away. And then, also, because I won't be working and I'll have some walk-in money from the house, we'll actually be able to go do stuff, content-wise, right here on Dougaloo Nation, that I've been trying to do from the very beginning. So, fingers crossed, dicks crossed too. This goes according to this current plan. Well, today's episode is going to end right here in my bed, aka where the magic happens. Meaning visual deception and sleight of hand, baby. Right here in the bed, baby. Magic, get it? I've turned magic into a sexual joke, get it? Sleight of hand. Alright, enough of that crap. I gotta go. Appreciate it a lot. Everyone who's, checking on me and stuff and hanging out with you, boy. Yeah, son. I know your time is precious, so I want to thank you for wasting it on me today. And speaking of time, I've had none today to really do much of anything enjoyable because it was so damn busy. And tomorrow's another busy day with looking more into this tax dilemma. When it comes to the apartment, the only thing I really have to do next is make sure I understand exactly who to make the check out to. If you didn't catch this, or if I didn't say it, here in 6 days, when I go to sign my lease, I have to first go and get my cashier's check for them. So, fingers crossed, legs uncrossed, preferably, that everything works out on that day. Please wish me all the good luck. I got a hairy hairy man boob chest, alright? Quit looking at my fur coat chest, alright? Tired of you gawking at me like you want some pieces of this, okay? This fucking merchandise ain't for sale, okay? This is only for... Never mind, don't worry about that part, okay? He don't like it when I talk about it on these videos, okay? Anyways, I'm slap happy, sorry. If you want to help me, you can do that by growing this channel, by sharing one of my cool videos from back in the day with all your dumb buddies, and let them know about my activism in and around the beautiful state of Ohio. Let them know about how I go out and I badger cops to respect our right to film in public and to walk around dick just a swinging in public accessible areas. I think that's our fucking first quarter right or whatever, first admontation right, and I'm going out making sure that shit. So you need, because of that, you respect me because of doing that, and you need to share my videos, okay? Fucking jackass. Got a problem with it, and I don't know, put that in your pipe and toke on it or something. I don't know what you're talking about anymore. I'm just going along with it, okay? So there's that then. And then what else? If you want to contact me directly, my email, I give it to you every fucking day. DougaloNation@gmail.com. Dumbass. You know it, don't you? By heart now, don't you? So hit me up. Okay? One day I'll probably check it on a regular basis, maybe. Speaking of one day, we have 6 more days at the house, essentially. That's a fun way to think of it. You know how we were like, in hotels? Me and you literally slept in a hotel for 30 fucking days. Who the hell can say they've done that? I hope I never, ever have to experience secondary housing, lodging like that again. I'm going for a week tops from now on. That's on an enjoyable trip. Okay. And just so we are clear, one of the reasons why I'm so freaking dead set on getting this apartment, one of the many reasons is because you remember me talking about van life content. I want to go out and make that happen. I just don't want to be fucking homeless when it happens. I've accepted that if the house sold but the apartment didn't get sold on me, that I was prepared to barge headlong into van life content as a literal homeless mofoer. But when I found the chance to draw a line in the sand and secure my housing, I felt this huge weight off my shoulders. So I don't know if I should apologize or not, but we're doing van life stuff. I really can't wait. But what's going to make it so much better for me as someone creating that content will be the fact that I literally have a home base to jump off of and report back to in and around the van lifing experiencings, you know? And if we want to talk about, like, could you van life and have a challenge where you were homeless, then yeah, probably out of state, though, to make it more interesting. Let's go out of state and do a full rules, parameters challenge where here's what we're going to do and here's what we're not going to do no matter what. Let's see how it goes type thing. I'm excited to film stuff like that, to make videos like that. So, trust me, that's all coming up, baby. But hey, for now though, I have to go, okay? I gotta get some Z's in Z-Town. Got to. Because your boy's getting dog tyrannical, tyrannical source, erection, rector meat, and pecked her meat. Get it? But don't be upset, because I will be back with you again, right here, like always, 7 days a week at 7 a.m. But in the meantime, don't be a douche.